Hi, welcome to this Blender video tutorial entitled Subdivision Surface Modifier. One of the most frequently used Blender modifiers is the Subdivision Surface Modifier, commonly referred to as Subsurf. The Subsurf modifier subdivides the faces of a mesh, giving it a smooth organic appearance. Most importantly, the Subsurf modifier is able to calculate a smooth subdivision on the fly, making it an excellent tool for developing high-resolution objects with a low number of vertex meshes. To demonstrate the Subsurf modifier, I have placed in my Blender scene a subdivided cube. Many box modeling projects begin with just such a simple subdivided cube to which a Subsurf modifier is applied. I'll tab into Edit mode and click on the Modifier Context button in the Properties Editor. Here I will click on the Add Modifier button and then select the Subdivision Surface Modifier. The Subsurf modifier creates a smooth, subdivided surface for each of the cube's faces. You can see the smooth surface inside of the cube. The amount of surface subdividing can be controlled for both the display and for the rendering. By default, the display subsurf is set to 1 and the render subsurf to 2. This allows modelers to work with lower subdivision levels in the 3D viewport, but higher subdivision levels when the object is rendered. I'll set the view to 3 and the render to 4. I'll now press F12 and render the scene. As you can see, the cube is quite smooth. It is quite common for modelers to model an object while in edit mode with the Subsurf modifier applied to the object. To facilitate this type of modeling, the Subsurf modifier has an Apply Modifier to Editing Cage in Edit Mode button. Activating this button collapses the object's mesh around the subdivided surfaces, which makes it easier to visualize the modeling effect. I will go to Face Select mode and select some of the faces, and extrude them and move them around a bit. As you can see, the Subsurf modifier calculates the subdivisions on the fly, making the modeling process much like working with modeling clay. All of the regular edit mode tools are still available. For instance, here I will execute a loop cut and slide. Here I will switch to Edge Select mode and execute a midpoint knife cut. Here I will switch to Vertex Select mode and rip a vertex, forming an opening in the mesh. There's a checkbox in the Subsurf modifier panel called Optimize Display. This feature is applicable if you are in wireframe display mode and the editing cage is turned off. Here, if the Optimize Display box is checked, it will not display the subdivided surface. I have another subdivided cube object on layer number 2. The Subsurf modifier can be applied in both object and edit mode. Either way, the modifier is applied to the whole object. Here I will apply the modifier in object mode. I can turn off and on the display of the modifier effect by clicking on the eye icon in the modifier panel. I can remove the modifier from the mesh by clicking on the X button in the modifier panel.